Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on the channel. Back with another fantasy team review today. I was meant to get this out on Monday, didn't have time. So anyway, my round 2 team, it didn't go quite so well. At least not compared to my round 1 team. I was in the top 1,000, 885 overall. Now I've dropped down to 18,000, so yeah, I've dropped down a fair few places. Some of my players that went really well in the first round didn't go quite as well in the second round. Doherty, most people have him. He had a bit of a quiet match. Sicily, despite the ball constantly being down his end, he scored under 100. Dawson, he scored 92 in the first round, I think, and scored the ton in round 2. Yeah, my 3 cash cows. Well, Jinby's not a cash cow anymore. He's 384k. But yeah, Ginby, he was a little bit down a cow, and Wilmot a little bit up. Brayshaw as my captain again. He seems like he's going to be a consistent high-scoring fantasy player. McRae was pretty poor. Bontempelli's more or less scored the same as what he did in round 1. Green didn't go quite as well as round 1, but still a fairly respectable score, 90. Horne-Francis, best on ground round 1. He dropped off pretty hard in round 2. Didn't really do a whole lot. Yeah. Warple, he was pretty good again. Ashcroft, finally, in round 1 he didn't quite live up to the hype, but in round 2 he was much better. He scored 90, which for a goal and 32 disposals, I think he must have had a lot of handballs. Yeah, I would have expected the higher score than that. McKenzie dropped off. Marshall and Darcy pretty much swapped, because in round 1 Marshall went poor and Darcy scored a ton, and it was the opposite in round 2. Forward line, Dunkley was better, but still scored under 100. And Taranto, Rosie, Sheasel was brilliant. Chandler I brought in. I was going to bring in Perkins, which is a good thing I didn't, because I think he scored like 20 or 30 or something, so yeah. I decided to bring in Chandler to free up a bit of salary cap space, and now I have 300k to work with this week. And yeah, Matthias Filippo kicked 3 goals, but only the 42 points. So yeah, as for my trades this week, I'm thinking of bringing in. I'm thinking of dropping Dunkley. I don't know. Maybe it's a. Well, I mean, he's averaging 87 this season. Scored 97 last round, but he's. I don't think he's worth the big price I'm paying for him. So I'm thinking of going with someone a bit cheaper, which will free up plenty of cap space. So I can go for someone of a higher price in the midfield or the back line. Now, I'm thinking of either getting Errol Goulden or Jeremy Cameron. I'm going to get Cameron if he's not ruled out this week, because he did have a bit of a rib injury. If he's in the side, then I'm going to pick him up. If not, I'm going to go Goulden, because Cameron scored like 138 last round, and he's got the Suns, Hawks and Eagles next, so he should score big against all of those. None of those teams have really any strong key defenders that'll keep him quiet. He should, even if he doesn't score a bag 3 in all 3 of those matches, then he should at least get up the ground, get a few disposals. And he is cheaper than Dunkley. That'll allow me to probably also trade out McRae for. I'm going to go Clayton Oliver. He's very expensive now, but with the cap space I've left freed up, then I should be able to get him. So that's looking like my 2 trades. I'm going to go this week Dunkley for Cameron. If not, then Goulden. He's a pretty similar price, and McRae for Clayton Oliver, because McRae, he did play a bit of half forward, and if he's going to continue doing that, he's clearly not going to be a very prolific scorer. Clayton Oliver's been by far the best fantasy player this year. He'll be a very reliable walk-in captain each week, and then I'll have Brayshaw as well, scoring big, so that'll be 2 very high scoring midfielders. But yeah, I'm also gonna field Pedler over Filippo, because Pedler seems to be getting a lot more midfield time than Filippo, so he's going to be a consistent higher scorer than him. He scored higher than him both weeks so far, so yeah, I'll put Filippo on the bench as well. But yeah, that's about it. That's all I really wanted to cover today. So yeah, just a quick little review, and bye.